Hello, everyone. Peachy really thought I was gonna say one's in the chat. I saw his eyes light up, and then the
his little eyes.
And
yeah,
they-
no,
Yeah, it was just
in his life.
and there was an emptiness after I
There
didn't
was.
say one's in the chat. Welcome to
Hey.
Table Stories RagTags with
Hello.
extra poo-poo in my bum.
There you go.
This show is run by me, which is why I say hello and then immediately hand everything over to Brotatoe. Take it
What's
away.
Guys, it's me, the intern DM here, interning for Brad today while he has a day off and plays D&D. What's going on? You okay there, Zot? I was like, did the coffee hit?
Yeah, the coffee hit, but also listening to you say the word interning. I don't know why that threw me off. Just
Interning.
They still thinks like he can get away with saying that he's like a newbie DM or an intern or whatever, and he's been GMing for like as long as I have, just as much.
Yeah, but you've got like 2 more campaigns completed than I do. So
No,
I
'cause
can
you've
still
been
say
running
that
games
until we
offline.
finish RagTags. I can hang on the
Publicly, you can be like, well, technically the hours, but I know that you've been running loads of games offline and you've done all sorts of things, so it doesn't count. We're equal.
Okay. Fair point. You guys ready to die today?
No.
Okay,
What's your week?
Ted Bundy.
Okay.
Jesus.
All right, 3 Pog. Good
Why is
morning.
Ted Bundy your favorite serial killer?
I just don't know any others because I'm
Thursday.
not interested in serial killers like everyone else in the
Just
world.
that one because he eats the penis.
I literally don't know any others. I couldn't name one other one.
Why is that the only thing you know, Peachy?
What about Ted Bundy? Yeah, it actually is. Eat the penis.
Well, thank God we're escaping from real life and going into a fantasy world. As I quickly change subject. Hello and welcome to RagTags. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I appreciate you all. Mythematic, we see you. Thanks so much. So, how have you guys been? You played D&D lately? You guys
No.
been thinking about anything other than Ted Bundy? Literally anything other?
nope.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
I'm thinking about playing D&D.
You think about
There's gotta
playing
be
D&D?
something.
I'm thinking about the fact that Tuesday has a dog that is the size of a horse and it's actually level
dog.
with her face when it's standing up. Like it came up earlier and was like smooch on the cheek and it wasn't floating or assisted in any other way, only by legs.
It doesn't look like it, but Tuesday is in a different location.
Yeah, I guess you can't tell in here, right?
Kinda,
You
yeah.
are still just floating in the
looks like-
Shadowfell, as you always have been.
Coming to you from the moon.
Live from the Shadow Realm.
Like
It's-
the only thing missing is the keyboard, like the
Yeah.
in the back.
Oh yeah, in the background.
That's the first thing I noticed. I was like, there's no keyboard. She has moved.
There's the stealth move. Yeah, I moved about 20 feet. That's about
No one could ever move a keyboard. She must have moved.
Keyboards don't move. She
Just
does.
move the whole room. That thing stays there. It's an ancient family heirloom.
The keyboard.
My mom got me this a year ago. It's an ancient family heirloom.
Heirloom.
Oh, so, you guys want to play some D&D? You want to pick
Yeah.
up where we left off last week? You want to get a quick recap?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Peachy, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Think
Recap
about
last
Is it
week.
ones in
what
chat?
happened.
Hang on.
Think about what happened last week. As I vaguely described that, last week, in-game, a couple hours ago, you all set out across a very short distance as you were running from like a forest to the mountains. We get the world map up here. You've exited Peak Cliff, and in Taldro's last days before his death, he has decided that you're all going to the Temple of Eldath. You've all started to take a trek through these mountains here, the tail of the world, heading west. There were a couple of issues as you were trying to find your way and find a path to lead to a waterfall that Kale and Kesh vaguely knew of that would lead through the mountains and hopefully to the other side. During this, the 3 of you, Kesh, Kale, and Taldro, were caught or seen climbing the mountain, and a chase somewhat ensued. There was a bit of a fight, and you were also kind of frantically scrabbling up this mountain and disappeared down a cave with a stream running down it. You've had to be a little agile here as you kind of deftly move through the cave and squeeze through some hard to get in spots. Taldro and Kale, I think you both have like put back on your armor now, and two of you accidentally took a dip in this roaring, like boiling hot river. It was Taldro. You fell in for a couple of moments, and you were kind of taken up in the wash. And as you came out, you felt exhausted, like all of your energy had been sapped from your core. You climbed up and continued down this abandoned mine shaft while you got separated from Kesh. As Megan overheard some choice information from the Burning Thorns bandits that are the ones chasing you up the mountains here and into the cave.
Can we also briefly mention that an old god told me to follow Taldro, or else something old god?
They said follow the orc.
Said follow the orc, yeah.
Yeah, well, I only know one orc.
The orc.
Well, I'm a half orc, so
I'll follow half of you.
Yeah, there was a little stint where Megan has a cloak of stars, and when you pull it up, it takes you to the astral plane, as far as you know, for a minute at a time. And this time when you had went, you were floating on some kind of astral sea, this cosmic lake. And as you started to reach out and try to row closer in this boat that you were in towards a far off, heavenly kind of planar city, a large eye opened up underneath your boat and told you in an ominous voice, follow the oak. Same thing that it told you as you left the Mage's Tower in Peak Cliff. Megan, you climbed up these mountains in hot pursuit of your fellow teammates here, your party, and also kind of stalking and shadowing these burning thorns. You heard some choice information from their mouths, talking about their plan, talking about where they were meeting on the other side, and the orders given to them by some queen, as well as a mention of the queen's daughter. And then you went down this same corridor that the others went down. What do you think? What happened, Peachy, in your own words, as you rode like this? Remember the raging river?
Yeah, I very smartly waited till they were crossing the river and were otherwise preoccupied with getting across this river safely. And then obviously a nice cooling stream, might be a little bit chilly, dive in there, swim through, get past them, and then try and find the rest of my friends. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. As you dove into the water, you were caught up in the wash for a moment, and you just found it hard to keep your wits about you. Found it hard to keep your energy, as you had smacked off of the side of the walls, if I'm not mistaken, after you'd smartly jumped into the river. And this energy being sapped from you, you passed out. As the three of you, whilst walking through these caverns here on the other side, you all heard a loud crack as Kesh watched something get bent around these struts here on this small mine shaft bridge down in this tunnel that you've entered into. You've pulled Megan up. Did you guys get him conscious again? I can't remember.
I don't think so. It's
I think two of us are exhausted. Me and Kesh have
Ash gave him a.
I don't think I was exhausted though.
Oh, you didn't
You're
get it?
exhausted,
Just me?
Taldro.
All right,
Just you.
Yeah.
I have one exhausted, and that's it.
So you were propping up Megan and kind of pulling Megan up the side here of the shore of this river, when behind you would heard a couple of male voices, two in particular, and one yelled, "Stop!" and the other one said, "That's them! We found them!" If I'm not mistaken, did I make you guys roll initiative? No, I did not. Can you all do me a favor
I would
and roll yourselves some initiative?
Hell yeah.
As just behind Taldro.
Bloody God, 3.
Oh,
Get that natural one out
You
of there.
started us off with a natural 1. Does initiative count as an ability check? No. What is initiative?
Ooh.
I'm not sure.
Ooh.
I don't know what it is.
I think it is.
I think it isn't. Probably not. Right? Surely not. I mean, I can't roll
I'm
lower than a 3. It's impossible. All that matters.
Oh man, I
Just
get
never
brain
thought
dead when
about
it
it
comes to
before.
initiative. Honestly,
I don't know what initiative is. I genuinely have no idea whether it's supposed to be a.
It's a
like-
skill, surely.
Wait,
Oh,
what
is
is it? Yeah, it's got to go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's.
It's not under skills, is it? It's just a thing.
It's just
initiative.
Yeah, it's just a thing. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh, that was you, Kesh, with the natural one.
Hi.
Aldro with the natural one. Megan, give me a Constitution saving throw real quick.
9.
You are currently knocked out, and you are not.
you useless.
Does this count as a short rest?
No. Did Kale heal you?
I think I was pulling him up because I got him under.
Heal me
Yeah.
some. Yeah.
You
I don't remember
kind
if we got him up
lasso,
or not.
right? You got a rope down and you had it under his arms and you were just
Yeah.
pulling it up. And in the process here of you pulling it up, like as you've gotten him kind of out of the water and his feet are out of the running river here, you're pulling Megan up onto the shore and onto these train tracks. That's when you hear these voices shout out from back down the cave when you were where you were coming. Did Kale heal Megan? This is important for me. I forget.
Yeah,
Yes.
she did for a little
Okay,
bit.
so then you are stabilized then. You are stabilized. But for now, you're just like knocked out, right? So you're not dying. You don't have to do death saves or anything. You got your health. You can be woken up, but you haven't been so far. Yeah, one's in the chat. So
Oh, for God's sake,
let me. I always do the wrong one. Ascending, descending. So from around the corner, Taldro, you hear these men screaming, and before you can even turn around to react, I think essentially there's someone kind of rushing at you behind you. There's a man with large armor. He's got like leather pauldrons on, and they seem like they've been outfitted to withhold or withstand some kind of fight, not like the guards that you would face yesterday and in the night. He runs up and begins to take swings at you. Does anyone have any bullshit beginning around stuff? I don't know why I can't remember right now.
Maybe use my laser vision.
Yeah, I wish, man. I wish you had
I group teleport.
Whoa, okay, cool. Now roll me a D30,000, and if you roll anything other than a 1, you all die.
All right.
Here we go.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, what you're saying is because what I heard was
Well, we
7,824.
We tried. We tried.
like a of a heavy steel mace coming up behind you. Is that? No. Okay. What's your AC, Taldro?
17.
Okay, so one hit, and then another one that misses. So maybe you feel the searing pain from behind as you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, just kind of right in the back left of your back. And then as maybe you narrowly avoid another one. The other one begins to the other one that you had heard takes a position here and begins to fire. You can hear the heavy like twang of a long and thick drawstring from a heavy crossbow, and it makes like a as Kale. What's your AC? That's not gonna hit in any way. Never mind. Past Taldro, through Kesh and Kale. This like large bolt just kind of sticks in the wall between you. You can feel it past your face. And oh wait. Oh yeah, no. We're good. That ends their turn. The man that shoots the bow, he stops for a moment and says, "Turn yourselves in. We won't have too much fun with you."
Very well.
Like a sick smile kind of curves up. When it comes to, did you say very well?
I said very well.
Yeah, like as if you're going to.
Yeah.
So you were just like hit with this mace, and you're turning around, you're addressing him, and saying that. Roll me a persuasion check if you can.
I'll roll you a deception check.
Oh, okay, yeah, deception. Good call.
19.
19. All right, give me a sec here. He says, he nods at you for a moment, like you can see like his eyes kind of read you.
I'm kind of slowly
nods
raising my hands.
Looks to his left and nods down the hallway to his left, and you hear a couple of footsteps starting like from down the hallway where he's looking. But he's reloading his arrow and says, "Very well, down on the ground, all of you."
I mean, it's at this point I would do something wild, but technically it's not my turn.
Gotcha. As it comes to Kale's turn, are you just have like your arms up here, Taldro, for now?
Yeah, as I'm reaching for my sword.
Yeah. You can hear this voice, this newcomer Kale that's run around. Looks kind of heavily armored, and he's carried this large crossbow that was just aiming at you. And he says, "On your knees."
Oh shit. I look pretty confused. And I look at Taldro.
I mean, my back
think
is
I
to you,
need-
I think, but
Roll me an insight check, if you're maybe trying to figure out Taldro. Do you think you're like reacting in any way, Taldro? Like, are you like reaching for anything? Are you signaling them? Would it look obvious? Like, out of...
I'm not signaling them, no, but I assume they know me well enough that there's no fucking way I'm gonna just be like, we were almost there, everyone. I give up. Like, so, yeah. It's not really for those behind me necessarily, though. I was more kind of trying to buy myself a...
Kale is more trying to understand the trick here, like how far we're taking the trick. She knows it's a trick, but she wondered how, you know... If I go prone, obviously, then I have to deal with that. So, but I'm not going to.
Megan's still next to you as well. That's currently prone on the ground too.
I'm going to do something I believe I have not done before and cast Spirit Guardians.
Ooh. As you begin to like move your fingers, are you doing this discreetly at all, or
so
you have
I think
to like
normally
like verbal and somatic, right?
Yeah, I think normally when I do this, I probably don't try to keep my voice down or lower my hands. They're probably down. My hands are down at my hips, and I'm probably trying not to.
Jay, you should probably look at what Spirit Guardians does, because I don't think that's possible.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm confused. I'm looking at Spirit Guardians. I was just rolling for as soon as you as soon as you start to kind of reach up and use your holy symbol, like your hand instinctively goes to it. You can decide if you'd like to or not. His crossbow aims at you. And no funny business.
I cast it.
Okay. So this is a 3rd level spell. Requires concentration. Takes your action. You call forth spirits to protect you. They flit around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration. If you are good or neutral, their spectral form appears angelic or fey, your choice. And when you cast a spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. So what are you doing?
Okay. When you cast a spell, you can designate any number of creatures you see to be unaffected by it.
This is Arden's bullshit. This is when a creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d8 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would be like this, like you're like blessing a part of the ground and these spirits start to come out of it, right? And they start to dance around them.
And it doesn't affect friendly, right?
I think you pick the targets that it doesn't affect.
Yep.
So I pick my friend. It doesn't hurt my friends.
Yes. Yes, you kind of keep them in mind here as you're casting it. What do you think it looks like, and where are you placing it?
So they are placement. Let's do that.
But around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration is how it is. So
okay. So if I move, does it move with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be centered on me.
Okay.
And it's teal as well, but pretty transparent. And it probably looks kind of like a fawn. You know, like if it's a fey creature, I'm just gonna have it look like half human, half goat, half.
Yeah.
And they'll be prancing around.
Dun, dun, dun. So it's okay.
A satyr. You've described a satyr.
Satyr. Thank you.
Is it one more? There we go. Let me just take the opacity like way down.
Big boy.
That is a big boy. I'm having a derp with roll 20. But
is it attached to her or the location where she stood?
It's where she stood. It's where she stood.
So she moves away. It doesn't move with her.
No, they fly around her. So
you could give her a token and aura of 15 feet.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually,
Double
thank you.
15
feet. Save. There we go. Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Yeah. So they flit around you currently. So how does this look like? I feel like they kind of come out of the ground or wherever currently.
Yeah.
You sat here, like a couple.
And they're circling.
Yeah.
Kind of prancing.
Okay.
Around the
I think they also like some of that teal energy here, especially for where you are. Some of them start to like prance out of the water and they start to dance around in this effect.
Nice.
You can see his eyes like, what is she doing? As these spirits start to fill the cavern and the area around you. That's your action.
Yep.
What else would you like to do?
I'm good.
All right. As he says that, he says, what is she doing? And you hear from around the corner, says, make sure to take her out. Make sure to focus the woman. As another one comes in, and there's another kind of heavy drawstring sound. As what's your AC, Kale?
Did you ask what my AC was?
Yeah.
16.
16? Okay. Another arrow flies through, but you quickly kind of dodge under it. You can see some of the spirits, like it passes through them and rips a kind of trace through them, but they form back together in this area. As he shoots, he then starts to pull back. You see the man that just shot the last arrow starts to like pull back into Kesh, this area that you had first kind of waltzed into, this large open area with plenty of structural supports in it. Mm-hmm. As you notice that, maybe you kind of is that wrong? It should be Kesh and then Taldro. Oh no, Taldro first because Kesh rolled a natural one. Never mind. So Taldro, what are you doing?
Oh, am I not going? Damn it.
You're going next. So you were next on the initiative order, but I clicked you and it swapped it because you rolled a nat 1, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So he still technically rolled higher. It's interesting. My bad. I didn't know that. I've never seen that.
How are they reacting? Because I was like walking forward as if I was going with them, by the way.
Yeah, so the one in front of you that was kind of reaching out to grab you, he's immediately he's going to double down again. He's grabbed his mace and is staring at you. But most importantly, I think they're now just looking at the cleric. You can see another one that was being spoken to down the hallway, ran up, took a shot at Kale, past you, and is now pulled back, and they seem to be focused on Kale.
All right. I'm gonna nanny behind this guy here.
Okay.
I'm gonna
around him.
Summon up a thunderous smite with my bonus action, and I think it does the like Thor-like thing where like as I move around this guy, I like reach out from the giant Ugdump sword thing, and as I'm bringing it out, it just starts to crackle with energy. It maybe lights up a little bit, and then I spin around, probably shout something like yeet, and try and hit this guy.
All right. Give me an attack roll.
All right. One attack roll on a 13. I assume that's a miss.
That is a miss.
Second attack roll. 25.
That's a hit. What is your thunderous real quick? I just want to...
It's a smite. So I smite when I hit him. So this first time you hit with a melee weapon, your weapon makes a thunderous boom that spans 300 feet from you. So I've probably caused
I thought it was like a
avalanche.
thing where like, what is it, like Divine Smite? It's like your next attack. Okay, so that hits. Give me the damage.
Okay, there's the damage is 11 plus 2d6 plus an 8. He also has to make a strength save or be pushed 10 feet away from me and knocked prone.
So as you're As your sword here hits, everything around all of you just it implodes.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, this is how my first campaign ended.
So, he gets knocked back. What's the DC of the strength throw here?
Actually, I have no idea.
Okay, it doesn't matter. He rolled a 4.
Probably against my charisma, but okay, 15, I assume.
Yeah, so it would have been 4 and plus like 2, 6. So Taldro, there's a scene. Taldro slips around, gets behind him, and hits with this sword, and then everything around you explodes with light, with heat, with water, with rock. There is a that emanates from Taldro. This person goes flying, and there's a classic Wilhelm scream, and then the dunk of water as the person behind you, Taldro, gets flung into the wall. You can hear it kind of like all happens at once.
Yeah.
Piece of damage as this echo kind of reverberates out and it hits further and further and kind of expands past even your area that you summoned here, Kale. Kind of like a candle being blown out. There's a large throughout everything, and then you can hear the subtle of rocks slowly cracking and breaking apart. The dust and everything settles. I think this goes on for a couple of seconds here, for about 4 or 5 seconds, and stops the entire fight completely. This one to the northeast of Taldro is kind of knocked against the wall. All of you, is it everybody in the range? Real quick.
For the smite?
Yeah.
There's a thunderous boom for 300 feet from me. But the strength save thing is just the target creature.
Yeah. So as this ricochets out, you can feel it in your ears. It doesn't stop. It's for us tinnitus, as it just kind of bounces around, and then you can hear subtle cracks starting to form in some of the rock caverns around you as it feels like it reverberates further and further and further and further and further down the cave, and then it settles. There's small debris, small rubble, nothing serious at first, nothing serious for now. Small rocks, one maybe pebbles onto Megan's face. From behind you, Taldro, you still hear what the fuck was that? And another another yell as the man down in the river begins to grab my hand as he's reaching out to you, Kale, and begins to float down the river. Do you save your newfound friend? As he begins to, he's kind of grabbing onto the wet rocks. As he starts to be pulled away by the current, you can see his eyes kind of twitching from exhaustion as they're starting to settle in. Did you guys do anything? Tash, Kale?
I think Kesh's first instinct would actually be standing in front of Kale, just because crossbows and shit like that, but I think you might still be stunned from the sound.
Right. This kind of echoes out throughout the cave, and then his hand and face down underneath the river. As the man behind Taldro comes back to consciousness. What do you do, Taldro?
Stay down.
No, what are you, some kind of freak?
Freak. Perhaps.
Using magics. Going to bring the entire mountain down under us.
Well then, I suggest you stay down.
No. Pushes himself up on his crossbow.
I don't need magic to kill you, sir.
Then I'll use my mace. I don't need magic to kill you, fiend.
I'll stay here, but I will turn to the others and say, go, I will catch up. Because I'm concerned this mountain is going to fall down, but I won't.
And that's all you do, yeah?
Yeah, I think I'll end my turn there.
And over to that. He disappears. As you're turning, Yeah, as you're turning, you hear another as the mace comes out again. He kind of regains his himself, pushes himself up on his crossbow, and then grabs his mace and tries to attack you twice. Once is a miss, and another miss. I don't know how you dodge it, maybe in between, and he kind of like, he seems to be a little renewed here. Doesn't seem too hurt, except for the fact that he's taken a pretty big hit from the wall.
Blocking him with my sword, you know, just counter parries, doing that weird like anime one where they have a big sword, so they have to steady the back of it with the other hand, like moving it around that way.
Yeah, he's kind of like frantically flailing as well. No pun intended. You see this Kale from far away here as kind of pushes himself off the wall at Taldro. What are you doing?
I've been told to flee, but I'm not really willing to right now because I don't actually know how many guys I can. Because I have dark vision, I can see 2, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna step forward so that my spirits are with me, and I will. Why not? This by the way has never succeeded, but I'm gonna try it again. Crossbow at the guy directly east of me.
Okay.
Here we go. One's in the chat.
One's in the chat. 15. That hits. Oh Go ahead and give me damage.
Woo! 5.
5. Okay, so it's just a bolt that kind of catches him in the side as he's swinging at Taldro for another swing. And he gets as he looks over at you, and then his eyes go wide again as there's these satyrs and goats and crazy face spirits that are flying around him. You can see his eyes kind of go wide in horror, looking at you and Taldro.
Do those things hit him when she moves her aura towards him?
If I'm not mistaken, it's when they start to turn or try to enter. Yeah. Also, Zot, I'm an idiot and I forgot about your turn. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
So you can go right now if Kale's not got anything.
Let's see. I moved 10 feet. One sec here. I can move another. Right. I'm gonna move real quick, and then Zooty Booty can have.
All right.
His go. There we are.
All right. So you push past Taldro.
Yep.
As you run by, this guy's gonna get an opportunity attack on you if you try and push past.
Damn it! I thought I could go behind Taldro there. Can I not?
No, that's the wall here.
Damn it.
Yeah, this is where he'd.
Okay.
If you want to, you can. You can take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did it, so.
All right.
You look too happy about it.
I don't look happy as Taldro, by the way. I'm about ready to join their side.
What's your AC again?
It is 16.
All right. So as you're pushing by, maybe Taldro pushes him off for a moment, sees you coming. You escape his area for just a minute, and then you feel the clip of a mace hit the back of your leg. As he gets you at the last second, 7 bludgeoning damage. And maybe spikes on the edge of the mace here, kind of clip in and get something. Cash, I'm sorry, my friend.
You are fine, my friend.
You can go.
Looking at Megan, is he kind of like propped up on like rocks or anything like that, or is he just kind of like sprawled out? And
I feel like a little bit of both. Like maybe one of his shoulders is leaned up against the wall and he's sprawled out on the ground.
Looking at him, Cash is gonna like. I got a feeling that's exactly how we would look like. I'm gonna prop him up a little proper, at least maybe to a if we need to snatch and grab, he'd be easy to snatch and grab. And then right after that, gonna join the fun. Gonna just run straight across the bridge and just Superman punch the fuck out of this dude. And we're gonna see if we can give him the 1, 2, 3.
The 1, 2, 3, the old 1, 2, 3, the signature move.
That's what
by the way, is like comically kind of propped up, maybe one arm on a stalagmite here, so his arm's easy for catch and grab.
That's exactly just All right, so just the 1, 2, 3. 14.
That's a hit.
Okay, 25 and a 13.
That's a hit, and that's a hit.
Oh shit! Right.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Give me the damage. Give me the damage.
7, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
So what? 20.
There's a quick.
As you get like neck, legs, ribs. It deals. What is that? 13, 20. Okay.
I think these would all be non-lethal as well, just knockouts.
Non-lethal. Okay. Yeah. So Taldro's got him distracted for a moment. You get this guy as well as he's like taking a clip here at Kale. You just come up and with each hit. What else would you like to do?
Kind of looking out to, I guess, the guy in the back. Just keeping an eye out if there's any other sounds, movements, anything other than the 3 or the 2 that we see.
Nothing that you can see, I think, from here. You just see the other one. Maybe his eyes like go wide as you come out of nowhere, and you kind of meet his gaze. The guy in front of you looks pretty wounded from those 3 hits there. Like he wasn't expecting them, and he's just really overexerted himself here with this fight with Taldro. I believe I got the initiative right now, as it is this man's turn. You hear a kind of subtle like "fuck this" under someone's breath, and footsteps and armor as somebody comes around the corner. Kale dodges around one of the support pillars and tries to use their momentum to bring a mace attack. I almost closed roll 20. My goodness. What a terrifying thing that would have been. Makes a mace attack towards you.
Air damage?
Oh, yeah. He chooses to actually stay in here. Thank you. He's going to make a wisdom save. Thanks. What happens if he makes the wisdom save?
He does not take.
On failed save. Okay. I must make a wisdom saving throw. Yeah. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage. Okay. So you can see him like he's kind of pushing through these spirits. Or whatever they're doing, they're clinging to him, and you can see smaller kind of like orbs that seem to attach, and they seem almost like fey, like bugs that are biting at him. You can hear him screaming and like grunting through the pain, but he seems to make it through. Roll me 3d8.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm just gonna put this in because I don't actually know if I can do it on Spirit Guardians.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. 3d8. Go. Unrecognized. That's because I didn't do this. 3d8. 16.
16. Okay. So he takes half of much as he makes the save. You can see they're holding him back. One of the larger satyrs comes, and you see a large smack with what looks to be a weapon made out of a small horn, and he seems to pull through it, but then makes his attack against you. Okay.
Hit harder, Satyr.
Okay. And all right. So as he swings this mace, the satyr smacks him again from behind, and the mace actually flies out from his grip, kind of smacking the wall directly in between you and Taldro. There's a loud kind of toom as it echoes throughout the cave here and just falls flat on the floor. As he's holding his arm out, and then drives his hand in for a punch. If I'm not mistaken, a 19 hits.
Yes.
So he deals 3 damage. So you feel the mace smack against the wall, and as you're turning your head back, there's a fist that collides with your face and directly in the center. You hear a loud pop, and Cash, you watch Kale get decked in the face as hard as possible. As soon as the strike hits you, yes! Come on. And he just holds up both of his arms and or both of his fists at you, Kale. That is his turn. What the fuck? All right, roll 20 is being weird for me. Now it's saying it's actually Kesh's turn above.
Yeah,
so we're just gonna follow this order.
And it was because the natural one. It was the first initiative was last. That's like kind of like a stun kind of thing.
like a surprise round. Okay.
It's like a surprise.
What kind of works out anyways? Kesh, you see this happen. What are you doing?
Dancing right in between the two of them, and
okay. It's getting a little crowded in here real quick as you're moving through the both of them. Give me an acrobatics check, just because you're
sure.
You're now like in these spaces that are occupied by the both of them. 11. Okay, so there's a moment in between the clash where you just kind of slip through. What are you doing?
It's gonna be. Well, this will be fun. I'm gonna give him a stun strike.
Ooh. Okay.
And then I'm gonna follow it up with additional blows.
Okay. All right.
I want him knocked out, but I want him to feel it.
Okay, I gotcha. Give me an attack roll.
Sure. In fact, that's yeah, it's just gonna be with an attack, so it'll be 3 attacks. 9.
Miss, unfortunately.
19.
That's a hit.
17.
And another hit. So you're doing stunning on the second one then?
Yeah, whatever makes contact is gonna be the stun, and then the additional will just be for flavor.
Yep, second one collides. So give me the damage on both of them.
Sure. It'll be 7 and a 10.
On, I think an 18 beats your save, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah, 13.
Okay, cool. So one misses, maybe just by accident, and there's a solid connect. Kale, like as you're looking and recoiling from the pain, you just see Kesh come out of nowhere and wham, just a haymaker. You see the thug, he like goes sideways, and maybe you follow up with another attack, Kesh, but he kind of rights himself and stays steady after a moment. Kind of casts a glance over to you, but before we can do anything, Taldro, it's your turn.
I'm gonna fuck some bitches up.
All right.
I mean, I can only hit.
Me, by the way, because I got us in a shitty spot.
Yeah. You disobeyed a direct order.
Good.
Dad's not mad. He's just disappointed.
I'm so mad. I would like to attack this fellow. Let me just check what I can do here. Okay, yeah, I will attack the fellow in front of me, please, with my giant sword.
Your giant great sword. You mean attack?
Bam, 25.
That's a hit.
This will be a divine smite.
Oh.
At level 2.
Oh.
I'm gonna need earplugs.
So, no, this one's not. I'm not doing another thunderous smite. I learned my lesson. I only wanted to divine smite the other guy because I knew I could yeet him into the fucking devil water. And I don't have my gloves on. What's it's got him on? So I couldn't just pick them all up. Otherwise, I'd just be like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's carry on. You know, I can't do it. So I will hit this guy. So first of all,
how do you kill him?
Oh, is this gonna kill him?
I feel like it's gonna give. Yeah. How do you kill him?
Do I not need to add the divine smite?
I'm gonna roll for this one because you already said it.
I guess technically, yeah. This one's weird. It's when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack. So I guess, yeah.
It's I'll say no. Because I rolled low. No, you don't use the divine smite. So how do you kill him?
Oh, I'm like, I think I probably see Kale go past, and I'm like, maybe I grab out for her, but she moves past, and I'm like trying to deal with this guy with his mace in front of me, and then that makes me angry, and then one of them comes in out of nowhere and like attacks Kale, and then that makes me angry, and then she gets punched in the head, and that makes me even more angry. So I think I just run forward like anime style and just spear him with the end of this giant sword. And then I think I run through him, and I'll attack the other one.
With your
extra attack.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what happens to this guy's body if I launch.
Push him through. I feel like
he's probably on the end of it, like
you run him through. There's some he's and he starts to look at you, but as you push, you get next to the one that just punched Kale, and as you pull your sword out, he just kind of off of it, and then you make your second attack.
Baseball bat the next one.
All right.
Ideally. 20. Does this one look fucked up?
Yeah, they both look right weak.
19.
How do you kill this one?
So the whole thing is just me. I run through one. run, carry on, like pull the sword out of this one and just turn it on this other one. And I think it probably doesn't even cut his head off. I think it just like embeds in half of his head. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of because it's not even my probably full strength because I'm pulling a body off of this one and it just sinks into the side of his head. I let it go. Can I look for more people?
You can, you do that and he's like just kind of falls to the side. Kale, there's like a scene in front of you, right? As he punches you and you turn and face him, and then suddenly you hear Taldro yelling, a body flies off in front of your vision, and then into the side. Give me a quick, we'll say, actually, with your passive perception here, Taldro, as you begin to like frantically look around, you don't seem to hear much else other than the unsettling of the roof and the ground here, the walls kind of shifting a small bit, adjusting to the newfound cracks and the earth just kind of moving, but you don't hear any footsteps or anything down the hallway.
I think
a couple of moments, nothing happens.
I probably stumble after that. I'm still exhausted. It just doesn't affect attack rolls. So I probably stumble to one thing and lean like, I told you to leave. You went the other way.
But you were in danger, and it didn't seem like collapse was imminent.
I like flick the blood off the end of the sword and put it back on my back in that anime style that swords somehow managed to go on the backs of people with. And,
somehow.
And I does it look like I was in trouble?
Well, it doesn't anymore, I admit.
Since I killed all three of them, can I have all the XP?
I was also there.
I also
Taldro is
showed
so
up.
broken. He is so broken as a character at this point. Yeah, I mean, I will.
What are you doing?
I'm probably like pointing at Megan and back away down the thing. Come on, we have to keep moving.
Kess just nods and kind of leads the charge back over.
Okay. Yeah, you run over. Megan seems fine as you cross over this mineshaft bridge here. The river's still kind of roaring, and what are you guys doing anything to?
As we're crossing the bridge, I pull the gloves off and I say,
Taldro, here.
And I hand him his gloves back.
I don't take them. You should keep them.
Well, all right, but they work very well for you.
Yes, well, you might need them one day.
Oh, all right.
I just push them back.
I just kind of sullenly,
point onwards.
Slide it back on.
Yeah, so Megan looks to be propped up, well, kind of breathing. You can detect like a heavy breath, very low breath. As you kind of look over the state of Megan, you see the glasses that he always wears, that he's gotten a while ago in the mountains. One of the right eye is cracked and shattered. Some of the glass seems to have cut above his eye a little bit. There's little bouts of blood. See some injuries on the hands, on the back, and on the chest from hitting the bridge here. Seems to be a low breath. What are you guys doing?
So, we've tried slapping him. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try, like.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
Boot to the ribs.
Punching him in the face. You kick him in the groin. Megan, you wake up after a couple of moments here. I think it was a kind of light sleep after the explosion there, and as Kale's kind of coming over and slapping, that's the maybe the thing that snaps you out of the trance that you're in.
Oh, you're awake.
Am I?
Megan, are you all right?
Why am I on the floor?
Well, that's a bit of a story, but for now, can you walk?
I don't know. I'm gonna try and get up.
Let's try.
It's rough. But you can do it. takes a little bit. You guys all have to help him.
My eye.
Kind of lets him third leg with him.
Oh, you hurt.
Ow. I think there's glass in me.
Glass?
Oh, glass.
In your eye?
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah, I better have a look at that.
Yeah, give me a medicine check. Just real quick to look him over. I think fully.
Sure.
Kind of go over to lift up the goggles a little bit, just trying to take them off. Just kind of hold them still, just so he might not be able to see, but at least see what the damage is like.
I think there's like a kind of tinkling or like sounds of glass falling as you do that. Like most of the eye cup here just falls out. A couple of pieces seem to be embedded, maybe in the nose, for Megan, like one or two small pieces that just seem to be kind of profusely bleeding.
Does this seem to be like on that medicine check? Would healing help, or can I just work on pulling these out and liberating them? We'll just kind of.
I think both. Best route. Medicine check here. You can do both. Maybe I think Megan could use some healing and could also use some time, loving care, some rest.
If 100% was 31%.
Right. I'm going to cure wounds on Megan. 13.
13. Cool. Yeah, some of the wounds heal up. I don't think it's enough here. I think maybe the eye, the glass kind of still stays there, but you can still feel this healing energy move throughout you. Maybe a couple things adjust again, a small bit.
As he kind of perks
narratively, right? Because mechanically, I'm good.
Okay. As soon as I see him perk up a little bit, I say, "Right, now let's go."
Yeah. Oh, this. All right, I'll tell you in a minute. When I find the notebook that it's written in.
So yeah, what do you guys? Sorry, what did I miss there, Pete?
I'm trying to figure out which one of my many notepads that I took notes in.
We're just moving on though, right? I wouldn't be leading the way. I'll go last again.
They seem, if I'm not mistaken, I think you're all just kind of crowded around Megan here while Megan's woken up, laying on the floor. You can hear the rush of the river going by, like directly behind you. One of you is still kind of like still standing on the bridge a little bit because of the awkward spacing here. There is a room with much more room just in front of you down the hallway, following these mine tracks, as you can see. But I think you're all still just there. So Taldra, you said you're going last, or are you like going to go ahead? You were doing them all.
I mean, there's the possibility that they'll constantly come for us, so I'd be going last, I think.
Okay.
If Megan has perked up here, I'm gonna start heading into the other room.
Yeah. As you walk into this room, give me a quick perception check.
Okie doke.
As you're walking by.
Perception 12.
With a 12. Looking around, you can see, I think, signs that this was some kind of relief station at one point. Maybe like you can see in the back, there were a couple of stations where maybe things were dumped out of mine carts and the carts themselves would be relieved. Most of the tools and anything else to do with mining have been kind of like, they're like long gone, but these structural supports still kind of remain. This mine shaft still remains, and you can see kind of the stains where they've allocated some previous findings of theirs. Look around, see some of the bats flying around in between the stalagmites and stalactites. And see, I think the rushing of the water like dies down as well to like a peaceful calm here. Like it just seems as you go out of the room here, the sound doesn't reverberate as much. Some pieces of rubble though are like unsettled and falling down from the ceiling.
Okay, so do I get the sense that it's coming down?
Collapsing? No. Okay, I'll say for you guys. If it was collapsing, I would definitely tell you. you can see some rocks and rubble just kind of starting to unsettle. Nothing major, and those cracks, just to describe those cracks as well, they didn't go throughout the entire ceiling. You can see some of them starting from the impact point of where Taldra was. So on the map here, just down here, some of these walls have started to get like a snaking crack up it, but none so far, like not too many on the ceiling.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, all right. Are we going?
I don't know what we're waiting for. Slap
kinda
Cash
helping.
on the back.
Look, they're all over this mountain, and I think they're always going to be all over us.
We knew
are you
that.
suggesting we give in?
No, I'm suggesting. Right, I hear them talking about stuff.
Well, what stuff? And can you walk and talk?
I am currently walking and talking.
Yes, can't you see his legs are moving forward?
We're all walking and talking, and I think that is assumed by all of us.
Clearly not by all of us.
You guys
One
take
of
off.
us is standing still and talking.
Kesh is just in the back, standing still and talking to himself.
All right, come on, I'll tell you on the way. I don't know where we're going though.
Anywhere?
Forwards? Away from that nonsense?
All right, do they know where we are?
Right, Kale, do you know any queens?
No, do you?
Kinda? I know of a queen now.
Is she very wise? I've heard they're wise.
I don't know about that. She knows about you.
A queen?
Yeah.
Well, how did... What? Why are you telling me now? How...
I was just wondering if, you might be related to a queen.
Where is this coming from, Megan? He's been with us
Right,
for
okay,
some time.
so...
I look to Taldro and Kesh.
Did he hit his head?
I mean, I did hit my head.
Him talking about a queen, has Kesh done any work for or with a queen of any type?
Absolutely. Give me a history check real quick. I think if any of you can hear this, give me a history check.
7.
As you're sitting there thinking. Cash, you
History is int based, so I refuse.
So, Kesh, as you hear about a queen, the only queen that you can really think of is Queen Hyphexian. I will spell that out.
Please and thank you.
Infection.
Queen Hyphexian has... It's misspelled. There's a P between the H and the A. Or an H between the P and the A, sorry. Has been the ruler of Othrondi, kind of instead of her father, while he is currently ruling the other continent that the elves are currently on, the land of High Fate.
Okay, so I actually would have heard of that queen then.
Yes, and...
Okay, so
and
I probably would have said,
Do you mean the queen?
I don't know. Listen, all right? I heard them talking about the queen. They were talking about the queen. They just said the queen.
Right, and who are
Loads
they?
of them were banging on about it. I heard them from different things, from different people.
Hurt. You're saying a lot of things that don't make a lot of sense.
Right, well, I was chasing after you. You kind of went a bit fast.
Oh.
I heard a lot of stuff. I passed a lot of people.
Right, well, what about this queen?
Oh, not much, not much. Like, she wants you dead.
Me?
Yeah.
You're mistaken. I'm certain that she does not even know I exist. That's preposterous.
The queen they're talking about knows you exist and they want you dead.
Well, what could I possibly have done?
I don't know. Have you... Are you sure you're not related to a queen?
I don't know who I'm related to. Do you not know, Megan? I was found by the temple. I was found in the river.
Oh, shit.
What?
Nothing?
Well, now, it looks Like it's nothing. Speak your mind.
All right, now this is just like pure conjecture, right? Just from,
I look worried.
Explicitly stating the fact. I think, I could be, so there's that.
You haven't said anything.
Right. I think the Queen's your mum. And she wants you dead. And she doesn't really give a shit about anyone.
What? How could the Queen be my mother?
I don't fucking know. How could the Queen be your mother?
I was put in a river.
Well, you must have been born somewhere.
Oh,
I thought you said your mother was a unicorn.
No, but there was a unicorn, and it seemed benevolent. But no, I don't.
Well, she knows where you are.
Well, why would she want me dead if she's my mother? None of this is making any sense, Megan, and I think we should just walk in silence.
There's other things that aren't directly related to your lineage and how alive or dead you should be.
Oh, all right, well then we can speak of those matters, but probably hushed, as they know where we are.
You were right.
Not hardly.
And I just sort of walk a little ways ahead, like.
Do you separate yourself from the group? Yeah.
I would say I'm probably 5 feet or so in
5,
front.
10. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I kind of addressed the others. Look, I don't know. It just sounded like. It kind of sounded like that, all right? It was heavily implied that that's what it was. Also, the birds. You were right about the birds.
The ravens.
They the bandits talk to the birds, actually talk to the birds.
Yeah, we know that.
But they know, with their brains and stuff. And the birds talk back. Although I didn't hear the birds talk back, right? It was just silence, and then the guy was talking to the bird.
Yeah. You never heard the bird respond other than like a rah as it flew away.
But he was talking to one of the birds, and then he stopped, and then he answered the bird as if the bird asked a question. So they can talk to birds, and the birds are doing something. They said they always know where she is. The Queen knows where she is.
Yes, well, this we know. This Queen is clearly an issue. Perhaps we will need to deal with her afterwards.
The raven that was in the tower, that was a white raven, correct?
Yeah.
The birds we know about.
So we're not safe if there's sky.
No, but we knew that. This was our plan. You have just confirmed it.
We didn't know that.
Well, now we do, I suppose. Confirmed. It doesn't matter. Then the plan stands. We just stay ahead of them. The best we can.
Also, Rax is involved as well. I think he's working for the Queen.
I'm sure if somebody like a Queen has bags of coins for people like you, he will do anything for it.
That would be a lot of money to, kill someone. Hunt down with an entire army.
Give him a filthy look. It would be a lot of money to kill someone.
Yeah, it would.
Okay, well, I say we just keep moving. What else can we do? The plan stays the same.
What about,
Pick.
I'm motioning towards Kale.
Are you hungry, Kale?
So I'm about 5 feet ahead, but I'm sure I'm
it's kind of
close enough to hear.
Hushed whispers.
When they say my name.
Yeah.
I'll definitely turn around.
Hungry?
Yes. Do you need food?
Hardly thought of it. Now you mention it, I suppose. I am a bit. Are you?
No, but Megan has food for you, I think.
Oh.
I got food, What kind of food would be fitting?
Oh, do you... What is anyone talking about now? I'm very confused. And you've said an awful lot of things about the Queen wanting me dead.
That's what I do. I listen and I hear things and I figure things out.
I understand, but that has to be pure rumor, and it doesn't make any sense. I'm not a princess. I'm just Kale. And I'll turn around and keep walking.
Okay.
Also, Taldro, there's some big bloke trying to find you to kill you. I tried to throw him off a mountain. It didn't work.
I can throw him off a mountain.
I don't know. He was pretty big, but
I threw a giant wolf.
I don't know.
I don't care. If he's big, he might be slow. Maybe we will never have to worry about him. I will just deal with him if I see him, yeah?
Perhaps we shouldn't see him.
Okay.
But also, what if that is true, that she doesn't think it's true? What if it is true?
What, that she is the queen?
No, like the queen's mum. No, the mum's
She's
queen.
the mother of the queen.
No, I mean the other way. Your daughter.
Know how queens and kings work.
I don't know how they work.
I have no idea.
Oh, I like on the chessboard.
I don't know what it matters whether she is a queen or not.
Yeah, well, she doesn't know where she's from. She was left in a river. What if the queen was trying to kill her as a baby? Or it didn't work, so now she's trying to find her. Like, I don't know, how old is she? 20 years later?
Does it matter?
It's a queen, but...
Well,
she's paid like an entire bandit and rats as well. Well, she's paid rats enough. The rats can hire an entire tribe of bandits to come and... But that's probably a problem.
Yes.
Maybe a bit more of a problem than originally thought.
No. Same problem. More context.
That's like the most woke thing I've ever heard him say. I just stand there in how profound that was. Yeah.
Keep moving.
Aye. Just gonna... I feel like a sage has just come out of a slumber of sleep. He just told me the deepest thing he learned during his meditation.
It's nice viewing the world simply as Taldro, just nice and black and white. Just like it's just got only one thing to worry about. Doesn't matter about nothing else, really. It's nice and simple. What the fuck is money? I don't care. What a wonderful time.
Do you guys, you think the conversation fades off here? You just continue on as you babble on. As you continue down.
I do give Kale some food though, because I got shit ton of food.
So what soggy rations do you give her?
It's probably like dried meat and stuff, isn't it?
Ooh. Completely drenched from...
Okay. Well, now it's not dried meat anymore. It's just a T-bone steak.
Dehydrated meat. Oh, you put water on it and it's become rehydrated meat.
It looks like a steak.
The best part is Kale doesn't really eat meat.
I think a lot of your belongings in your pack, anything that maybe you deem would be safe enough to keep inside like an inner leather skin to protect from water, but anything outside of that has been definitely washed a good amount.
Okay, so I got a load of clean rings, a load of really rare gems that are very clean now. Oh, does that also count for the god bag that I now have my stuff in?
Did you put everything in there, or I thought like you only put a couple things in?
I put my bag that I was wearing into the god bag.
So no, you're good then. Actually, your rations would be dry. Yeah.
Oh, it's like Tupperware for the gods.
Tupperware of the god. They call it the handy Tupper sack.
The divine Tupperware.
Follow the deals. Buy the Tupperware from the orc.
We should make a D&D book that has stuff like that in it, like divine Tupperware item. 101 amazingly useless items.
Nothing can touch whatever's inside.
It's like amazing, but just kind of dumb. Yeah, all right.
There was one of those actually in Wortman's place. That sword made of sand.
Yeah.
One of those useless items that, it's made of sand. You hit it once, does a lot of damage, and then it breaks.
Yeah, I also still have Taldro's talking sword. It doesn't talk to me, though.
And it has been quiet.
Oh, God, you still have that with you? Jesus Christ, I thought I'd escaped it. Couldn't have left it in the fucking...
Why would I throw away stuff?
Oh, I don't know. I hate that sword.
It's a rogue.
Such a great sword. It's so powerful, but it's... yeah. I mean, Taldro hates him. Yeah.
So you guys, you're continuing along this cave complex here. It's a couple of tumultuous, like, winding pathways that, as far as you know, continue to go west through the mountain. Give me, anyone that would like to, give me a survival check while you're all walking through.
Because I'm exhausted, I think I'm probably actually just concentrating on moving. Yep. So I won't roll or anything.
22.
That would be a 6.
And a natural 1. Wow. Okay. As you're walking through here, it's a little bit of a I'll say a journey here for you, Kale. There's maybe moments where you're constantly running into things. You've been kind of bumping into different adjoining elbowing paths, and especially since you're leading on your own for the first little bit here, I think it's quite awkward, and you've been like stumbling around a slight bit. It's definitely slowed you all down. Kesh, as you're all walking through these cave systems, having maybe whichever conversation, talking about how amazing Megan is, probably. Something catches your eye in the caverns up ahead. And caverns, because there's a long stretch of this tunnel here that seems to even out. And as you're looking through, you see stars, what look to be stars, dotting the top of a large cavern. It seems like the only way forward, and you just kind of stumble upon it as you're all walking in these twisting and turning cavern ways. Eventually, you head down a straight stretch, and you find yourself standing on the top of a cliff with a pathway down that looks out and leads out to a gargantuan cavern. Amidst the ceiling here, just far enough out, you see these hanging what look like vines, look like thin strands of hair, small little luminescent globules and fungus. You realize it's fungus. Like, as you look at it long enough, you realize they're small little mushrooms. They're tiny little mushrooms that are hanging from thins and strands of what look like hair, and it creates this long cavern of what looks to be starlight. But you realize they're mushrooms, like, immediately. Mm-hmm. Bioluminescent mushrooms. But you all stand at the we'll say that at the hole there in this picture, overlooking this water leaking out, overlooking seems to be a large cavern. Seems relatively big enough to fit you and anything else. Potentially lose the burning thorns inside of. Your footsteps seem to echo out and then stop as you do. What are you all doing?
Just taking a second just to look around and just kind of lose yourself.
Does this remind me of anywhere?
Yes.
I'm a little freaked out.
So, Megan, as you're looking at the ceiling, you can see almost as if somebody was grabbing the mushrooms. They close. I'm not sure if you can tell they're mushrooms yet or not, but you see these strands of light. They seem to close, and there's darkness, and then open, bloom again, and there's the beautiful bright blue, like kind of teal, like Kale's magic light. But then when they close again, it's like they're being strangled. And so as you look across this cavern, you can see in the natural way of these mushrooms here, as they open and close, adjusting to new light and sounds and other things, it reminds you of being on the cosmic lake, looking up in the astral sea. at all of the stars being blotted out.
You guys know what a curse is?
Of course.
Right.
How would you know if you've got one?
I'm pretty sure you'd know if you were cursed.
I think I'm cursed.
Why?
Reasons.
Perhaps we can hurry through this cave. And be careful. Don't touch any of these things.
Just look like fungus.
Very beautiful.
I look at Kesh and I point out all of the scars, like that insane scarification where they've probably healed a little better, but when we first met they were horrific. And I'm just like, this was fungus. And kind of look around a bit and...
Kesh's eyes just go a little wider. just...
It's not the same type of fungus, is it, Jay? Do I know?
No, I think you can see quite clearly they don't look the same. They almost look like little weird angel hairs. You would know these as bioluminescent. Hold on, luminae. Ash? Maybe not sure what the fuck Talger is talking about, but these don't have vines like that.
Maybe these things are harmless. They illuminate and grab small things and consume. That's it.
Well, I don't like it.
Let's move through. We still got a way to go.
I check below us just to make sure I'm not an eyeball again or something. Is it like really reminiscent, or is it just kind of like just bringing up memories?
I think it's very, very reminiscent. There's a minute of uncanny valley there for a moment where you feel like you've been brought back and you look down and you don't see the eyes, right? And when Kesh starts talking about the mushrooms, and it might ease that anxiety a little bit more, but I think Megan would definitely feel a lot of the similarities, the encroaching darkness, kind of sounds just echoing off wherever, and these slowly like disappearing.
I think we should go back. I think we should just go back and not come through here. Like, maybe there's another way, a different way through that isn't here and doesn't.
The only way.
I
agree with Megan.
We should just. Yep.
Go
there we
back
go.
Where we came from, where all the men were chasing us.
It's fine. It's just people, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just people. They're easy to squish.
Yeah, easy eating.
Small mushrooms.
And those are small people.
They are.
Well, comparatively. I think when I'm like bouncing on my legs and stuff.
Is there anything, I guess, like any fungus around us at the moment, like not above us, but somewhere close by, like on the walls or anything like that? Anything that's some sort of foliage?
Yeah, I feel like there are a couple of like tree roots that come along the walls of this cavern as well, and you can see a couple of them growing down some of the tree roots. Maybe there's one like right next to the entrance where you are, and there's like 3 small little bright blue mushrooms to see, seemingly on a string.
Right, and just casually walk up to one and just back of my hand, just slowly, just kind of just.
I wince when he does it. Wait, I like almost reach for a sword, about to jump into whatever's about to happen.
Don't fucking touch it!
Reaches out and just gently rubs it.
It's like natural.
It's weird. It's like a slick, weird, wet feeling. Like you're handling a giant mushroom.
It's like almost a wet sponge feel. I got a feeling.
Yeah, wet sponge. Thank you. Yeah, and then as your hand kind of goes off of it and loses contact, it goes into itself. You can see up close. The mushroom actually kind of folds upside down, like an umbrella going inside out. And the luminae are on the bottom. Those are what light up everything, and it folds back into itself. It just kind of becomes a regular mushroom. You can see the light.
Yeah, just looking at everybody, just mushroom.
Yeah, let's just go the other way. I got a really, really bad feeling about this.
Why?
What do you have to be afraid of?
Because I've seen this before, all right?
So have I, but I think they are different.
I mean, it's different, but it's like the same.
Well,
like an omen or something.
I know there's larger, more violent nature out there, which I can understand, but what the hell are you talking about, Megan? Have you been in a cave like this before?
No.
Kind of looking over his face. Is it fear or is it just pure like?
It's probably terror, actually. Yeah. If it's that reminiscent, it's terror.
Yeah, he looks horrified.
Fuck, I was gonna roll an insight and everything, but if it's that apparent,
yeah, I was gonna say, but it's that apparent, I guess.
Has Kesh seen it look like this before? With Megan? I don't think he has, unless it was...
I think the last time you might have seen Megan this scared was when Taldro left the tower yesterday. But I think it's up to Peachy here whether or not it's more or less.
Yeah.
That's just the only moment I can think where you've seen him really scared.
I think it's a bit more than that, actually. I was pretty scared then, but this is like a deep...
This is okay.
Imagine if I'd been on some psychedelic fuck ride with an old god. Just imagine if that happened. I'm not saying it did, just imagine.
Hello? Hello there. Hello.
Was that in character or out of character, Peachy? I didn't know.
When we look at the other side of the cavern and everything like that, what exactly do we see? Is it just kind of like rolling in endlessly, or is there some sort of unspoken path kind of thing?
Give me perception checks here.
With pleasure.
At the beginning here, right on the picture, you can assume that kind of ramp exists for you to get down. As you look across the cavern, it's hard to see because it seems to stretch farther than your dark vision can see. From here, you can see out into this cavern to see what looks to be a crystalline river running through the middle of it and kind of snaking through. You see a couple of crystals maybe shining some light in the middle of it, like a small twinkle. Anybody else can roll me perception checks if you feel like you're looking out across here as well. I don't think you can get like a proper lay of the entire cavern from here. You can tell that it's vast, especially because it goes outside of your dark vision.
Like when I guess looking at the mushrooms and how far they go, does it kind of give that optical illusion like it just goes like the night sky?
Yeah, it kind of seems like they stretch and stretch and stretch, and you can see on the back walls they just seem to paint it almost like a night sky.
Look, we'll push through, get a bit farther in, and if it does seem a bit funky, we can turn around. As simple as that.
Look at Taldro.
My impatience will win out, and Kesh has kind of proved to me that these aren't the same kind of fungi, and I think I came round to him and his side. Okay, be quick and be very cautious.
Keep your eyes open. It's still dark in here.
At all times for the next however long it takes us to get through this, I will be a yard away from Taldro.
Okay.
I have a terrible track record against fungi.
Give me a perception check as well, Megan, as you all begin to set out. Megan clinging unnaturally close to Kesh's side.
Taldro's side.
Right, Taldro, my bad, yeah. As you begin to look out, Megan, further in the distance here, maybe there's like a quick sideways glance. You see firelight. Out of blackness, you see firelight begin to wave around. Someone, first a torch. You see it first, and then I think the rest of the party might see it after a couple of seconds. There's one kind of stick of wood with a bright flame burning far out somewhere in this cave, and then another one. And you can see the light illuminating around these two figures. One large, it blocks out every bit of light behind him from the torch, and then as the second one lights it up, you see a couple of more figures behind him. 4 or 5 begin to step into this cavern, far, far, far down. The Burning Thorns members. You hear a loud voice echo throughout the cave. Whoa! Where is he? And it echoes out and rings out. Megan, you recognize the gruff voice.
Ooh.
I heard a noise. Split up. You see another torch as one fire begins to head south in the cavern here towards you.
We need to hide.
Another starts to head further and further away out of your sight. You can still see the flame kind of dancing around in the darkness. And then they kind of fade out behind something. What do you do?
We should hide. Let him go past.
Looking around, do we have like any like coves that we can kind of dive into? Any brush? I mean, okay.
I think, the especially where you are, there's this large ramp that's starting to come down and enter into, or kind of intersect over to that river. Beneath this, on the other side of this, there are plenty of small little alcoves. There are tree trunks and roots that grow down and seem to go to the floor, and some of those expand out. You could hide yourself in those nooks and crannies. Mm-hmm. As you can hear a couple of other voices starting to echo throughout the cavern. Nothing distinguishable like the louder, more gruff voice, which you all heard. But you hear just the occasional like double or triple echo from off in a hallway or somewhere in the corridor. What are you guys doing?
If there's nowhere to hide, I'm gonna grab a handful of ball bearings. I'm going to stealth up and move towards.
Mm-hmm. Just so you all know, this is outside of your dark vision cache, so they are more than 120 feet away. And I think you can also.
And there are places to hide, right?
There are places to hide. Yeah, I did say that.
They still work, right? Just with one eye.
One eye. Your left eye works. Okay. Yeah. And you can't see.
That's my weaker eye as well.
So. See, just in this vast cavern, you can see some of the floor being lit up as a couple of patrolling Burning Thorns members begin to make their way throughout this cavern, far enough away from you that they aren't about to run into you. But one seems to be headed your way.
I'm going to hide.
Kind of tucking away with everybody. Do we see Megan kind of pushing forward?
Megan's sticking close to Taldros, so whatever Taldros doing.
I think I don't think I'm hiding, but if they're all hiding, I'll.
They place as a tree trunk.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hide in such a way that maybe if I can be like around a corner, so that when they come around the corner, I can kick one in the groin.
Yeah, it's quite an open space here from what you can tell. The only real like cover to hide around would be those ramps, these kind of man-made looking ramps. That lead up to the entrance that you came in. If any of them come up there, you could definitely give them a surprise if you hide on the other side of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing.
Crouch down.
I have a handful of ball bearings.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna stealth up, and I'm gonna go out a bit from where everyone's hiding, and I'm just gonna scatter a load of ball bearings on the floor.
Okay. Before you do that, real quick, everyone, give me stealth checks, just as you all start to do your thing. Now you're you're coming down this kind of man-made ramp from the entrance here, and there's kind of like a rougher beaten path on the other side of it that isn't facing them. So maybe you quickly kind of scantily or scanter down there and whatever that word is, and scamper, thank you, and start to hide. Kale, you got to roll disadvantage because you have your armor on.
Poop. So does that mean I just do another roll?
Yeah, just roll another one. Yeah. So we got a 13 from Megan.
11.
11 from Kale, a 21 from Kesh, and a 12 from Taldro. As you all start to take these kind of tentative positions here, waiting for the burning thorns that you just saw walking at the other side of the cavern, they start to spread out, and one of their voices gets a little closer as you all settle in. Kesh, you kind of find your way into a tree trunk that's coming out of the ramp here, and have nestled your way in. Megan, you've gone off to the right, we'll say, of this room here, and which is on the side where they came in eventually, or initially. Kale and Taldro hiding nearby for the ramp as well. As you start to hear the footsteps, the one guard echoing throughout. Roll me perception checks real quick. It seems like the echoing footsteps, they start to come from
18
from everywhere at once. 20, 18, and 20, 10 from Megan, and a 16 from Taldro. Okay. They start to come from everywhere at once. And as you get down to the ground level here, you can see there are a couple of small, like, hilly bumps, a couple of little rock formations and croppings that kind of break line of sight. And all you're left with is this light on the other side of a hill or two. As you hear these footsteps walking around, you can see and hear that they're coming from your left, Ash. The man that started to walk a little bit closer to you, it sounds 30, 25 feet, 20 feet, that many paces.
If I only hear the single steps of just him, when he gets within decent distance and I can see him kind of walking past.
Yeah. I'll say they are also like 10 feet away from you currently right now, and Megan's fucked off, but okay. The other two
but this guy's just all by himself. Okay.
Yeah.
Gonna stealthily come up behind, stunning strike, throw the torch into the water.
Okay.
And just kind of, he doesn't exist. He's just
okay. Give me your attack check real quick. Your first attack here for the stunning strike.
25.
25. It's a hit. He's gonna make a con save, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I think it's 13.
Okay. Give me the. Is it instead of damage or like along with your damage?
I think it's with the. Let me see. If you're the key.
Yeah, you can just spend 1 key point to attempt a stunning strike. Okay. Well. Where do you think you hit him? Like temples, neck?
Yeah, pretty much just going to be like back of the head, just a quick jab to kind of just basically he face plants.
Yeah,
and
there's a
taking the torch immediately and chucking into the water, making sure that it's lights out, he's out, all that.
I think Kale, you see this, and Taldro, you see this. Megan, I don't think you hear this at all, but there's like a satisfying as the torch kind of plops in and the light goes out. As you begin to press forward here, Kesh, you hear footsteps again coming from the exact same direction, but don't see any light.
Do I see anybody with dark vision, or is that no?
Oh, like the light's the identifying thing, right? As they're walking around, you can see the kind of like reflecting, and you can hear a similar set of footsteps that seems to be coming from the exact same direction, as if he's about to come around, or they're about to come around that exact same corner. But you still hear them, and they're not coming around the corner, but they seem to be getting closer. What do you do?
Seeing the guy just kind of, how close is this guy, the stunned guy, close to the water?
I'll say like not necessarily. I think you guys are like just like 15-ish feet away, because the ramp kind of goes out in an elbow, and you guys are in that elbow here on the handout. Okay. I'll throw this up on an actual page for y'all.
Sure.
Please roll 20. Don't break on me today. Oh, holy shit! I actually thought that I was gonna mess that up. So I don't think he's like right there, but it was close enough that you could like quickly throw the torch. Okay. Are you looking for a place to hide him?
I was thinking about it. Depending on how close these steps are getting, I'm thinking I can run up to one of the corners that it would be nearby. So when he turns the corner or they turn the corner, I can kind of catch them off guard before they can really scream, shout, yell, sound a horn, anything. Basically, gonna do another silent treatment to the same degree.
Okay. Give me. So yeah, you kind of give me your. Yeah, it's a perception check. Yeah. Give me a perception check here. Yeah, another one.
8.
Okay, so as you go to walk up to this corner that you feel like the footsteps are getting around, they feel like they're about 10 feet away. You're getting ready to stunning strike anything as it comes around the corner, yeah?
Am I hearing armor? Am I hearing the familiar sounds that I guess what Burning Thorns have been kind of coming at us with?
Oh, I think as it gets a little closer here, it sounds different. There's like a jingle for a moment, like a coin, maybe potentially. And as you around the corner, there's nothing. What do you do?
Kind of just look around, almost in a.
The footsteps stop as you come around the corner, just so you know. Like they stop. There's nothing. Not even like the breeze of a wind or anything.
I'm looking around. Am I seeing like footprints? I'm looking at the walls to see if something's climbing on the walls.
Give me a survival check if you're looking for, or actually investigation. We'll say investigation.
Investigation, sure.
Yeah, because you're looking for more than one thing.
15.
Looking around, you can't see anything. Like as you kind of maybe hurriedly look around the corner where you'd seen it coming, following where you feel like these footsteps are coming from. Nothing. No footsteps. It's kind of rocky ground that's been flattened out through like years of erosion here. So like at waterfalls where there's tiny little steps, you can see the shale pieces and little like holes in them where pools of water have eroded a small little bit, but nothing. No dirt moved. No wet footprints anywhere else. Nothing.
Kind of slowly back off a bit around my corner and just take
sorry.
Breath. Go ahead.
Yeah. So as you kind of do that, you turn, you face back to Taldro and Kale. You two see from your hiding spots, you see Cash do this around the corner. You did see him take out one Burning Thorns member, and they're kind of laying currently on the floor, maybe tucked up against a wall a little bit, somewhat hidden, and just from where they fell. But soon after, you hear footsteps behind you, Kale and Taldro. What do you do? They don't sound 5 feet behind you, but they sound to be coming from 10 to 20 feet behind you.
So are we backed into a corner, or is there space behind us that they can...
There's space. Where is this? Sorry, I'm still trying to get this file uploaded. Roll20's just been stuck on uploading file. I love you. Please work. Please.
I would like to cast Fusrodar.
Okay, here we go. Can you guys see that? No, you can't. 3, 2. What I'm trying to explain is there is a tiny little bit of space. There we go.
Whoa.
So there's kind of this, if you look on the map here, there's this diagonal right-leaning little ramp here, yeah? And you guys are all kind of underneath these structures of the ramp. You can see it's stretching out over the river. Cash, you're like far back in that corner there, and I think Taldro and Kale are here, and Megan, you've gone across the river, I'm assuming, over here. This direction, the southwest of the screen, is from where you saw the Burning Thorns come in. And this guard had just been walking casually through here and turned around one of the pillars, and you had taken him out, Cash. From looking down the cavern here, Kale, from behind you with the area where the river is kind of meeting the room and starting to rush. There are a couple of pillars behind you. There's the wall, and you can see some of the tree trunks that are starting to back you up against this wall here. There doesn't seem like a lot of room to maneuver, but you can still hear somebody walking from behind you. Not behind you against a wall, but behind you on the other side of this room here. What do you guys do?
Do I feel like we're hidden from that direction? If we don't move or speak?
What'd you get? You got like an 18? Yeah, I feel like maybe you can scoot yourself in, and maybe feel comfortable in your hiding spot here.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna tuck back in here.
Okay, Caldra, what are you doing? I feel it. However far you think you're away, I'm kind of doing the distance here by these pillars that you can hide behind underneath this ramp here. They're about like 10 feet apart. So if you think you're like 10 feet apart, or would you be like right next to Kale, Caldra?
I mean, we can be like 10 feet apart. I think I will just maintain the same thing. Like if I'm in a situation where one of them walks next to me or sees me, I'm going to baseball bat. I will be batter up.
Yeah, you can hear someone approaching, not able to really like figure out from where, but it's behind you, where you and Kale are.
Right. I mean, I'm just in the same position with the Ugdump sword, and I'm trying to hold like in and everything. But if he's like, if I see a pair of eyes in the dark, I'm just like, you know, like.
You hear footsteps getting closer and closer, 5 feet away, and you're just readying the attack, yeah?
I know I can't hide. On top of that, I'm exhausted, and I know I don't know that conditionally, but I feel like Taldro is like, So I know that it's the same thing all the way back when we didn't have the ability to stealth. So we were like, well, let's just plan the best full frontal assault that we can instead. Play to our strengths. So I'm doing that again, but I am hoping that he doesn't like see me or something or walks past. But if I see him, I'm gonna Ugdump sword him.
So you're like waiting around the corner of a pillar, like waiting. You can hear these footsteps coming from the other side, as if someone is about to walk into your trap. There's a as they're about to turn the corner. You attack? Yeah, give me an attack roll.
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm doing it again. There's a crackle of lightning.
Oh my fucking god!
The fucking sword lights up.
Are you using your thunderous smite?
Yeah, I can yeet him off the edge, right? We're on an edge, kinda.
Yeah, you can
There's a drop?
throw him like towards the river a little bit. Yeah.
Oh.
There's no drop. You guys are underneath the ramp here. So whoever's like.
Oh, this isn't a drop here. Sorry, I thought this was like a fucking bottomless pit or something, or there was something below.
This is further. That's further into the room.
Is it the demon river?
Not as far as you can tell, or you've been able to tell. It doesn't seem to have the frothing heat that you saw in the other mine shaft. And it's been about an hour, I think 2 hours of travel for you guys since these rooms here.
All right, I'll just light him up with a divine smite then.
Okay, all right.
Just a good old-fashioned divine smite.
Give me your attack roll.
I mean, it's still gonna light us up. It's just gonna be like a fucking beacon of light as the sword fucking glows, and then bing. I would like to attempt to hit him with Ugdump sword. But I guess it has to hit, right? Oh, 27.
27, that's a hit. Give me the damage.
Okay.
There's a bright flash of light and a kind of deafening crunch as you swing around, like using your entire momentum, step out on your right foot, swing, and your blade collides with the structural support pillar.
Oh my god.
As it clangs in, you can hear both metal and true impact of the stone inside being reverberated into itself. The bridge kind of, or this small ramp kind of shakes or teeters a small little bit as if it's been unsettled, and then you can hear the small little pebbles. The footsteps stop, and this bright light flashes throughout the cavern. All of these mushrooms instinctively react, and they kind of close up and close the light on themselves, leaving a large portion of the roof and the walls blackened. And then the light closes back in on Taldro, where you see nobody, nothing. You just attack the wall.
The eye torch didn't light up anyone around me. Like with the radiant divine smite, I didn't light up anyone.
The radiant divine smite has again, lit up this cavern, like up to the roof. You're not sure if it's revealed anybody. You don't see anyone around you, if that's what you're asking. Like, you don't see any enemies, in the light here. And then it almost comes down, and the footsteps are gone. And you hear from across the cavern, I found them! I got them! We got one! And then it's footsteps kind of ringing throughout the cavern, people starting to run, and voices shouting. And that's where we're going to go to take a quick break.
All right.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Thanks for playing today. Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you're on YouTube, we appreciate you. Thank you, everyone that posts when the breaks are yet again. And we'll be back 3 to 5. Don't forget, tomorrow, Table Story Simulacrum, 7 p.m. Eastern. I got to shout him out real quick. Did you already go to a break?
No.
Okay, you didn't. What is Cassius? What have you done?
I can now smell 40 miles ahead of me.
No, what was your shout out? Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. I listened to this on the NP3, and therefore I don't know.
You can have that beautiful picture. Thanks for watching today. Thanks for being here.
Brand new show tomorrow, part 2 Simulacrum.
We're coming back in a bit.
We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Yeah. We'll
3 minutes.
She's like, we're going. Bye.
Now.
Hello there. Welcome back.
Hi.
Wait, who's driving?
To this streaming Zoom.
I think that was like German. You just call me German?
Yeah, it's German.
I don't speak languages. Ever. I don't speak any languages. I barely speak a language.
That's why
I said scanter and not scamper.
Es ist time für
Das ist
verboten. D&D gespielen. Spieler. Something like that. I can't remember it very well.
I don't know if you saying gespielen was like you just throwing a word out there, or if that was actually
No, gespielen is like playing, I think.
Dungeons playing. Welcome to Dungeons playing, my friends.
I'm close.
Welcome back.
I know I'm close.
So, before the break, Caldro, you had heard some footsteps that were on the other side of this pillar that you were kind of waiting around. The corner of.
Forehead, I hit the pillar instead of.
Yep. The nothing that was there. Yeah, your weapon, you swing it around, smacks into this pillar, and
they played me like a damn fiddle.
Reverberating sound.
Not happy about
your divine smite kind of supposedly tells them where they are, and now you can hear, like I said, you can hear from just before the break. Somebody says, "I got them," and now there are plenty of running footsteps. There are. Cash, give me a perception check real quick.
With pleasure. This will
as your
8.
8. Okay, and Megan, give me a acrobatics check real quick. As you're like letting your. You said caltrops or ball bearings? I didn't forget. Ball bearings. All right, you're muted.
Bearings.
Ball bearings. All right.
I'll just mouth the words to you, and you can figure it out.
I mean, you said ball, and that was all I needed.
All he ever needs, and he's gone. He needs about 2 or 3 hours after that.
Give me your acrobatics check real quick. As you're running around, I think on the other side here, the river kind of scampering here and there. In between these pillars, there's a soft kind of as these ball bearings escape from this small little linen pouch that you've got. They start to go across the uneven rocks and ground here. Some of them fall into the river. A couple of them in there, but the rest of them seem to spread out silently. You hear footsteps rushing towards you. Give me a stealth check, unless you're trying to do anything. It feels like they might collide with you if they start to run into you, or if they.
If they're gonna collide to me, I'm getting out of there. I'm running then instead.
Okay.
Can I backflip over the ball bearings?
Yeah, I think like the way that I've got it, in my mind here on the map is that you're throwing them kind of like this down towards the river here. They're all running up the left side of the picture here on screen.
Oh, okay, then I'm gonna like shoot. I'm gonna like just slink behind one of the pillars.
Okay, yeah. Give me a stealth check here as you're running by, or as they're running by. 19. And is anybody doing anything else as you hear that? Because you can tell, just for all of you, just so you know, you can tell that Taldro has given away some kind of position, and you can hear footsteps and these torches now approaching and running towards you from the other side of this cavern.
I think
it doesn't look like they're about to jump on you
confused.
immediately.
I'm just confused. Like I have no idea what is going on, and now I'm like, there's a witch. It's a witch. So Kale. There's a witch here, sending sounds to our minds. Be careful.
You think it's a witch?
I think I've probably said this to you before, and I was right once out of 5 times. You know, it happened to us once, and now every time I don't kind of like know what's going on, I'm like, witch.
It is a witch.
20%. Oh, come on.
20% chance of witch.
He's right every time.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye. Let's just remain quiet.
They know where we are. You know that lit up the whole. We should move.
All right.
Yeah, quietly. I point like another way. I'm doing the thing I used to do in like free for all in COD, where you like kill one person and move to another corner, and then I'm trying to do that kind of thing where I move to another pillar maybe, so that we're not exactly where we were when I lit the whole place up.
There's ample enough room too as well. You can hide among other things in the surroundings here if you.
Yeah, I think I like usher us over to another one. Then probably do a similar thing where I'm like.
Okay. Give me stealth checks. You kind of set up against the wall again. You can hear hurried footsteps, the both of you now. It is disadvantaged, unfortunately.
Oh. Damn. Okay.
I'm waiting for the 1.
Here we go.
Oh, you're from a natural 20 to a
6 and a 3. So as you two start to move,
clank.
I think what happens here is like you hear the like Kale, you just start to pull Kale, and Kale's boot maybe drags for a moment. You can hear the clank, like the unsettling as the weight drops, and the boot kind of gives out. You can
just
hear the metal.
Imagine we move around. I know I don't think you played it, Jay, but in Final Fantasy IX, there's a character called Steiner, and when you control his character, it's like a cha-ching, all as he moves around with every footstep. I imagine that's what we're like in our heavy armor.
Yeah. It's for that right now, especially. Yeah, you two are kind of starting to walk away. Kesh, you can tell that they've definitely been loud enough, but like as they pass by your hiding spot, kind of wedged up in that tree trunk still, they hide somewhat nearby. Maybe you two like go up behind the elbow of this ramp and kind of settle yourself. You're backed into a little bit of a corner, but you can escape onto the river there. I'm
keeping an eye on them while still listening to commotion and whatnot, seeing if they're going to be coming this way, if they're going to be going to their previous location or whatnot.
Give me a perception check here as you're doing that.
16.
Okay, 16. So you can like maybe as you see them pass by, you look across, and with your dark vision now, you see 4 individuals. Your view across the river, and you see Megan up against the wall as you're as you've got your cape up, just hiding from the night. Megan, you hear a heavy hurried footsteps. There's one set runs by, and then another set, and then a third set is someone saying, "Good job, Mirren. Good job. Good spells."
Past the ball bearings.
And they're running past the ball bearings. Yes. So
it is a DC 10 dexterity saving throw or fall prone, but if they're moving at half speed, they don't need to make the save.
I thank you. I have lost my D20. Cats. How did you become cats?
Don't eat a cat.
Is the true question. All right. Well, we're gonna do.
Spend a 20 on your cat's back and just. Oh, it's landed on its feet. Oh, it's a 20.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm just gonna roll this. Oops. Dun, dun, dun. And dun, dun, and dun, and dun. As you hear them, they're running by, and you hear like the ball bearings are connecting. A couple of them go, whoa. But they catch their footing. There's a quick, like, maybe stagger, and they slide forward, but one of them is like, kind of does the splits. They do stop, though, as they're running through. Their legs kind of dancing around, and one of them grabs a pillar and... What was that? Mirren? What did you do? And you hear a faint voice from just behind the 3 of them, as the fourth figure, kind of a smaller one with robes on, right in front of you, Megan. He stops like right in front of you. You can see like brown mousy hairs. I didn't do that. I was just doing minor illusions. These are ball bearings. And then the crinkle of armor from across the room, and 3 of their heads snap that way. And They begin to move back to the waterfall on the map here and around over close to Kale and Taldro's hiding spot. There's
one on the back.
There's one that's hanging back and standing kind of there in front of you, looking over across the river, Megan, and you can hear him start to mutter under his voice, and small light start to escape from his hands as he starts to like incant a spell.
Oh no. No.
What are you doing?
Well, I'll tell you what I'd like to do.
Okay.
How's that? I would like to get my sword and just push it through his hands, up through the underneath of his mouth, and skewer it right through his head. That's what I would like to do, Jay. But I'm guessing it won't be that easy.
Well, let's see real quick. So you start to move forward then, yeah?
Yeah. I'll just burst out of the shadows.
Give me a quick.
Shockingly.
Dexterity save with advantage as you're walking among all of your ball bearings.
Well, he's right there, right? So I don't need to.
Yeah, he's like a little bit. He's in front of you, stopped on the ball bearings, about 10 to 15 feet.
If it's 15 feet, I can move at half speed.
Be more careful. There you go. You're good. I'm just gonna roll
mechanics.
So you begin to creep up behind him. There's a moment where you're about 2-3 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
The last moment, your toe kicks a ball bearing.
Fuck.
You hear it, and he turns around, still in range of you. Give me an attack roll. You have one chance.
One chance. 1 second. Okay. Come on. 25.
25. Give me the damage. That's a hit. 8. So he
sneak attack actually isn't a sneak attack, is it? It's if they're surrounded.
You have you don't have advantage actually because he detected you at the last second.
Yeah.
So normally if you've had advantage, yeah. So he kind of opens his mouth for a moment. You catch him across maybe the chest. Cut him. You don't quite catch like through his neck. Maybe you go to shove it and it just kind of like goes up horizontally, cuts across his shoulder. If you'd like, you can use your reaction to try and silence him, but it'll take a dexterity check.
Well, how is my fast action work in this, Jay?
Use drop.
Cunning action.
you can still do it. I'll say you can still do it. You still got to give me a dexterity check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is a flat dex?
Yes, sir.
Boom. 23.
23. Let me see. Oh. So there's you cut him and he latch your hand over his mouth and close it directly over his mouth. You can feel the hot blood kind of starting to pump from his ear, and he starts to like wince. He's in pain, but you've got him. As you pan over, Taldro and Kale, you see a torch light up as a couple of Burning Thorns members cross the river, take a hasty jump. They're about 20 feet from you and 30 from you, Kesh, on the other side of this small river here.
Am I able to see them and see, I mean, obviously in relative to where they were all?
Yeah, you can see them all.
Looking, how many are there? 3?
3.
Or 3? Okay.
3.
Seeing that they're kind of making their way over to them, I want to make a metal clinking sound. I guess kind of not back in their past direction, but kind of just diverting them away from
somewhere close.
Somewhere close, but still like away from that general direction, making sure that everyone's kind of like they can scatter a bit.
Okay.
One by one, they're just going to start disappearing. Yeah,
there's I think there's what are you using to do it?
Minor illusion.
Minor illusion? Okay. Go ahead and throw it in the chat real quick just so I can get a read on it. Sound of an image. Okay, the illusion also ends if you dismiss it as an action. Yeah, okay. So you're just creating like metal, like a gauntlet or something.
Exactly. Like
closer to you?
I'd say. Well,
they're off to your right.
They're off to the right.
Yeah, river's off to your left.
Mm-hmm.
You're facing.
Right. I'm thinking kind of more in a direction that they're not originally going towards, just something just misdirecting, I guess.
Like maybe across the river, just a slight bit. Like
if they want to try and jump across or whatnot.
Yeah.
How wide is the river in here? Is it?
It's like 5 feet at some points.
Okay.
10 feet at a little bit further in, but
Sure.
on the picture here, about 5 feet.
Try and separate them a little bit. If they start jumping across, if I start seeing them go one by one,
yeah.
If I see one of them close enough, I want to dash up and kick, like just Spartan kick one into the water.
Okay.
If it's within range, if it's within like running distance,
Liu
and just
Kang bicycle kick him, monk style.
Yeah, there's no. You make this quick sound, and I think you see two of them out of the three that go over there. You can hear their voices echo out, and you hear over there. Two of them start to walk up to the river there, while the third, he's without a torch currently. He's just kind of standing there, about 10 feet away in the darkness, and you can see him just looking like at the wall and just looking around on the area. And I can't. Just staring. As your sound goes on. They start to, these two being they start to walk towards the river, and one of them says to the other, "Is it them? Do you see them?" And the other one's, "It's too fucking dark. I can't see anything."
Do any of them have? Yeah. Do they have torches or anything like that?
Two of them have the torch, and the one says, "Raise the torch," and the other one.
If they're, are they?
Yeah, they're standing like at the river, and
okay.
the one holding the torch out, he says, "Come on out, come on."
I want to start stealthing behind them and see if I can just do this, just a simple push? Getting their torches wet and making sure the light's out.
Yeah, give me a stealth check if you can.
With pleasure. Don't fuck me. 16.
And give me a perception check.
Don't fuck me. 21. Kind of wish those were switched.
Megan, give me a perception check as well, with disadvantage. Okay. Cash, as you're walking up, they seem to be like, you're catching them unaware. One seems to be about to step into a shallow part of the water, and the other one says, "Don't do that. It's fine." Going across to find them. And you start to get a little bit closer. As you are within 5 feet, you see a large figure that you haven't seen previously suddenly in your vision. You can see he's hiding quite close to a pillar, and as you go to walk by, it seems like you've caught him, and you hear shit underneath his breath as a quick voice yells out from behind them as well. There's a guard, one of the Burning Thorns, staring at you and Kale Aldro. He's been staring for a moment or two, and see like a sick smile kind of come across his face, and he says, "I see you!" And points directly at you, Kale, in the little nook and cranny. "I need y'all."
Oh, never mind.
You're not sure. He's just pointing at Kale. "I need y'all to do me a favor and roll me some initiative."
No. Say no.
And there's just this looming figure, this large muscular figure that you hadn't seen before.
Is it him?
Kesh. Who knows?
Is it him?
Who knows?
Tell me.
Who knows?
I command you to tell me whether it's him.
What do they call him on
Big
the
Daddy.
It Daddy.
Daddy. Okay.
Oh my god, it's Ed Daddy.
Oh my god. How?
We don't have tokens to click on.
They're so amazing. Yeah, I've got it here. Sorry. Dun, dun, dun. 1, 2. Sorry, y'all. So, who goes first? Technically, Kale. Just while we're doing this, where the fuck are all of you? There'd you guys. Where'd you go?
Hi.
Oh, hey. It's been a while. Got a little battle map for you without a, there we go. Boom. 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 As you can see, through there, there's one over here. This is wrong. There we go. And I couldn't get a river. Sorry, I don't have any PNG rivers like an idiot. So this is your river, all right? Sorry, my friends. You get to go first here, Kale, as you're seeing what looks to be this, again, another burning thorn stuck. This one's got like kind of the arms ripped off of his armor, and he seems to be carrying a large battle axe, and he's pointing at you directly in your hiding spot where you are.
I only see myself on the initiative. Which means
I only see Teldrum.
Oh, here, okay.
Because you switch maps. We did if you do initiative on
I know, but
the page you're on,
every time.
whatever it is, yeah.
Every time.
Gotta be on the right page, otherwise it holds initiatives for each page, which is great in theory. It doesn't.
Great in theory. And there's one in front of you there, Megan. All right. Sorry, real quick. What was your? We have a 12 from Megan.
I'm 3.
I put it in wrong. My bad.
No worries. No worries. No worries.
Yeah, that's what the. So they.
Are you fucking?
I like how I can hear the fucking before you even beep.
Not the kidding me. So Kale, there is this man staring in front of you, and he doesn't seem to be doing anything, but he does shout out. He says, "Ha ha! I found you!" Real quick. Oh, sorry. Megan gets to go first. Megan, what would you like to do? Is you hear this yell out from across the cavern, on the other side of the river. You've got one hand around this scrawny little wizard's throat, or mouth, as you see a larger figure suddenly out of nowhere next to Cash. Sorry, Cash. Let me fix that for you. There you go. Oh my wamu. I think you're a little closer. There you were. What are you doing, Megan?
What's the most damage I can do is just stab him up. I'm gonna stab him up.
You're gonna stab him up? That's a...
Yeah.
That's
what kind of sword is,
that was kind of cool.
George, Jeffrey.
Randall, or... Reginald.
Reginald.
He's a rapier.
A rapier.
Or...
I don't think I'm...
I think rogues are proficient.
Hold on, let me make sure. Did you take Reginald off, Brad? I'm actually pretty sure he was just a longsword, actually. Yeah, he was just a regular longsword.
If he's a longsword, I won't be using him.
Okay. I had it said he was like a Vorpal sword or something.
Yeah, he calls himself Reginald the Vorpal sword.
All right. He was yeah, I don't know what he was. Yeah, no idea.
He was a little chatty bastard.
Yeah, mechanically. Well, he did a D10. So I assume that's a longsword. I think he did.
Yeah, it was a D8 and a D10. Yeah.
Short sword is
one-handed, two-handed.
A D6.
Yeah, so he was a longsword.
All right, I'm gonna short sword him then.
All right, little. Give me your attack.
20.
A 20 that hits.
So 7 damage.
Still got your hand over his throat. You just kind of like run him through again, like you're like shanking him.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my god, I'm probably proficient in shank. Can I? I feel like I shouldn't be able to short sword him if I'm shanking him.
That's the. You've got him. There's no doubt that you can just run him in again or run him through again.
Well, I feel like the damage should be because I could do that with a dagger, right? Shanking him and not let him go.
Yeah.
Maybe the damage should be a 1d4 rather than a 1d6.
What do you mean? No, I'm just putting flavor to your stab. Don't worry.
Okay.
You're good. I'm not going to be like, you actually use a different weapon than what you said. Here's what I think has happened.
Okay.
So, Cash, as you're sneaking up behind these two, right, this large figure kind of appears next to you. You guys have seen Full Metal Alchemist. He's like as big as Gluttony, just staring down at you. But as the guy to your right exclaims, and as this man standing to your left and says something under his breath, the thug in front of you turns around. He kind of lets out a ah! And then immediately, like, you see his face kind of go through like 3 different reactions, like surprise and then anger and then determination. He pulls out a scimitar, tries to get you on the unsheath. Just because everything's broken. By everything's broken, I mean my cat stole my D20. Does a 14 hit, my friend?
Negative.
Does a 12? No, it does not.
Negative.
As you just kind of like dance backwards, and he looks to his right at the larger man and says, "What do we do, Ren? What?" And there's a kind of growling reply. Just,
kill them. Take the orc.
As it comes to your turn, my friend. Thank you for the art on the map, my friend.
Sweet.
Thank you. I
Look
appreciate
at those
it.
waves. Or seagulls. Can't tell.
You and Cash.
Is dodge in action?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure. Rules, combat, dodge is an action. You focus entirely on avoiding all attacks until the start of your next turn. Any attack roll made against you is disadvantage. If you see the attacker and you make dexterity saving throws with advantage.
Would it be possible? How close are these two together?
Which one's 5 feet?
That's 5 feet? Okay.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping I would be able to domino. I'm thinking Cash is seeing outnumbered, like just seeing himself outnumbered, and is playing 3 different scenarios in his head, but he's gonna go ahead and do the stupid one. His movement is gonna kind of still be in between these two. Would that still be within not slapping range from Big Boy? Or is that
like, do you get an opportunity of attack, or are you out of his attack range?
Opportunity of attack for him.
Yeah, he doesn't get one from there. Yeah, no.
Okay. Kind of just, I guess, dancing and kind of sliding his way through, and as a bonus action, he's actually going to go ahead and kick.
Okay.
Kick the guy closest to the water, kind of see if he would even budge. Just kind of give him one of those like side swipes, and then kind of take a stance as if he's just ready to dodge.
Okay, so you're taking the dodge action, yeah?
Taking the dodge action, and then my bonus act. Yeah.
Give me that attack roll.
Sure. 23.
That's good. Give me the damage.
That'll be a 10.
10. That was like a high kick to the guy's face as he. Sure. I'll make him roll. Makes it. He wobbles a little bit and then kind of regains it. You can hear a snap of his jaw as you crack him a good one. And then you just kind of settle into a fighting stance, ready to defend. Taldra, you can hear kind of the signature of Kesh in the background, but there's someone who doesn't seem to have noticed you, but there's a large man pointing at Kale and starting to walk towards her menacingly. And you guys, just for flavor, you're like backed up against the wall here, tucked into some of these tree vines and under the pillar.
If I am able to, can I sneak on the boy and have advantage?
I don't think so. No, because you'd like stepping out of your spot here would mean revealing yourself.
All right, I'll reveal myself.
You just like open up and he gets a shot.
This is
As you start to walk
I just go running at him, and I would like to attack him.
Oh, okay.
As
you start to run towards him, he lets out the orc!
Yes.
And Cash in front of you, one of the heads turn.
I found you.
No.
An ugly orc.
And you are about to be a dead man.
No.
That's a hit. 13, yep. Another one, that's a hit as well. Okay, there's two like large up, and you like cleave part of his armor open as he kind of staggers back. And
I found you.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have.
Another like kind of comes out of his mouth. Holds himself on a mace and starts to breathe from it.
Okay, would you like to do the honors? I say, yeah, I'm
your turn, Kel.
Okay, let me measure. I'm gonna do something I never do. Yeah.
Eel.
I'm gonna roll up here.
I'm going to punch him.
And swing my mace. I don't think I've done this.
What does this look like then? What are you doing as you like kind of climb out of your hiding place?
So I probably don't look that great. I had a rough time back there and then got some news that. So yeah, I probably look pretty distracted and kind of hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be a little bit of limping going on, but just very eager to see all of these guys crushed. So although I'm ambling over there, when I actually go to swing, I'm putting a lot into it.
Okay. Give me the attack roll. Yeah, it's hefty, and you've got to. But now you've got a little bit of newfound strength. It just carries through. Maybe not used to it. There's as you your arm whips out way faster than you thought. Almost hits Taldro into the pillar that this guy's standing next to.
What are you doing? That was really cool. We could have done a cool thing, and you could have cast magic. You know you can cast magic and not have to run up and engage.
Unfortunately, I'm running a little low, and I'm kind of hurt.
Then why did you not? Okay. I'm don't you have a crossbow and shit as well, though?
I don't. Yeah. That thing never hits, but man,
I'm what the fuck is wrong with her?
Want to try my miss?
Holding one hand on the dude's head, keeping him at bay, and one hand I'm lifting up her eyelid and seeing if she's concussed or something. Are you okay? What is wrong with you today?
All that news and I'm just muttering about.
Okay, well, be careful, I say, because she's just about to get stabbed. Probably now. This guy's not gonna. All right. Well.
Yeah.
In front of you, Megan, the man that you're holding, he starts to squirm a little bit here, and hopefully tries to get out.
Holding. Narratively holding, right? Or
just his mouth. Just his mouth. Don't worry. He's gonna try and break through and cast. What is it? Oh, I don't need to do anything for that, actually. No. So you see this? He kind of rips his mouth out of yours and pulls back, and he goes, "You're gonna pay for that!" And takes this small little wand that he's got as he slaps it down in front of you, in the air. As it stops, you see these two. It begins to glow brightly, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small shards of magic. Some darts come out, and they and then at you, Peachy. Megan, sorry. Since they all hit you, I'll just roll all of them. 20 points of damage as this wizard, and they all simultaneously, as they fly up in the air and kind of arc into you, they get a little bigger and a little longer, getting to about 1.5 feet long each, and then they begin to stick into you, Megan. 5 of them hit you, dealing 20 damage. And you all see a kind of bright flash. I think, Kesh, you see this bright flash and these like arcing magic missiles. They kind of and land into them.
I'd like to
how you feeling?
I'd like to uncanny dodge it.
Go ahead. That's using your reaction?
My reaction, yeah. Use my reaction to halve the attack's damage against me.
Okay, so you take 10. There's no real like flavorful way. I mean, they still hit. Unfortunately, can't really make you dodge them. But maybe you do a little deft tumble, and one doesn't go through as far as it does. The wizard in front of you, his eyes are up. That was my second most powerful attack. And
I look up at him and I go, I am the graveyard of hope.
What does that mean? He begins to start to like run a couple steps back. He starts like scrambling. Give me an attack of opportunity. You don't have a reaction. Never mind. Fuck your attack of opportunity.
Yeah, fuck
backward.
you. Fuck you, dude. Sorry, I just haven't piled on Peachy yet today.
The god is coming in. Sorry, God's starting to invade. As the man in front of you, Taldro and Kale, spits out a thing of blood, a mace tries to come up and hit you, Taldro. I hate when my cats steal my dice. It's so much easier to just roll. I think 18's a hit, yeah?
Bloody hell. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and 14 I think is a miss. 8 damage as you're checking on Kale, and then suddenly a mace kind of uppercuts you and cracks you in the jaw a little bit. Catches on your shoulder so it doesn't fully hit in the chin, but kind of snaps back, and another one misses as he stands and rights himself, and he's, "You're gonna pay, Curly. First I'm gonna kill him."
I doubt that.
Across the room, the leader kind of shouts, "Don't kill him!"
No, he can't.
I get to squeeze the life out of you, boy.
Says the big one.
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
No.
There's one in front of you say that, and then Cash gets an attack. Sorry, buddy. 1d20 plus.
It's with disadvantage too.
It is. So an 8 doesn't hit. Does a 13 hit?
Nope.
Nope. So another with this scimitar. As you just kind of like, how does this look? How are you kind of deflecting their blows here?
Just I guess I'm trying to think of it. It's
however the fuck you want.
Pretty fucking much. It's almost like I would love to see like the after images. I just, you're moving a little too fast and you're just kind of hitting the after image. So all you see, it's connecting, but it's not.
It's a little bit blurred for them, and then reaches out, and your hand's already there, like stopping the scimitar from even hitting you. As he, no, you can't really do that. All right. He doesn't have disadvantage.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
They have some bullshit. I'm sorry.
I fucking hate this game.
So a 20 would hit.
Yeah, I guess.
A 20 would hit. I'm sorry. I realized at the last second.
It just wants to be dead.
Oh, so this one, yeah, you still put out your hand and you block it, but then the blade kind of, it still comes in maybe a little stronger than you expected, and still kind of gently grazes your face for 7 damage.
Gently.
As Megan comes back to your turn, As you can see the wizard starting to run away and scramble away from you.
All right, no, not having that. Yeah, sprinting at him.
Okay.
Short sword in hand. I'm just gonna thrust at him.
Okay.
You said that before.
14.
That is a hit. Give me the damage.
Ooh. 9.
9. Okay. Looks really weak. You maybe like catch him and he starts to stumble. Actually, I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
He doesn't fall prone, but starts to stumble a little bit.
Okay. And with my bonus action, I'm going to make an offhand attack with my dagger.
Oh, is that?
So
what are your like?
That's a thing you can do with bonus, but I don't think I get to add my.
Fuck it. Okay. Okay. I'll look it up later since we're short on time, but it sounds cool.
20.
It hits. Give me the damage.
Okay, I'll have to manually roll this. 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay, so there's a satisfying sink, and then another one as your dagger fully kind of goes in. You hear him in pain as it like slides through the ribs. Give me a perception check here, as your turn is coming to an end.
I will do this. 22.
The far end of the cavern, like as you look past this man that you've wounded, you see from the southeast of the map 2 pairs of eyes.
2 pairs of eyes?
2 pairs of eyes. One of them. Do you meet them or no?
Meet them?
They are they're these slight green reptilian-looking eyes. You can see 2 from across the room, just on the far side as you strike. It's a kind of see. You can see them out of your peripheral vision.
As I lean in and push the dagger, I see these eyes. These reptilian 2 pairs of reptilian eyes.
And just for a brief moment, like maybe your attention's distracted elsewhere, you look back towards Taldro and Kale, and you notice that one of these pillars in the room isn't actually a pillar. It seems to be a petrified form of someone. And that's where we end tonight's episode.
What? No.
Oh my god, I have been wanting to encounter one of these for 5 years and to use one, and I still haven't, and I'm so excited for next week now.
Oh my god.
I love you guys.
Oh my god.
Oh. Yes. I do. This is Brad's fault. I want you all to blame him. Just blame him for everything, as you do.
I can do that.
Just blame him for absolutely everything. Unfortunately, we're coming up on time, my friends. And let me tell you, I've got a baby on the way, so I got to go deliver it. All right?
Is that
not actually? That's food. It wasn't a
Does
poo.
that mean you're gonna have a poo?
I thought it was that he needed a shit.
It wasn't a poo.
I gotta end the session, guys.
I like actually said it out loud, and I was like, oh man, I wanted that to be like a pregnancy joke, but it just sounds like a poop joke.
Oh my god.
I'm having a kid, guys. It's another cat.
It's crowning. All right.
Oh dear God.
Maybe we should do a very quick round of shout-outs then, so that Jay doesn't end up on live stream fails.
What? I've been there before. Let's start with.
But not for shitting yourself live on stream, Jay Brotatoe.
Would you like to do Brad's shout-out?
Yes. Guys, come over and go and see Brad Woto. Drop him a sub. Go drop him a sub, because he is. I think we all agree, the best streamer in this fucking call right now. And he doesn't even try. But I have heard on the wind that he is starting to try. So maybe the universe will explode, and you don't want to miss that, all right? And it's also sub-only chat, so you have to sub. That's basically, you have to.
You just kind of have to.
So sub to Brad Woto. Twitch.tv.
I'm not starting to try. I just have a schedule. That's different. That doesn't.
He has a
You can see like he's like, oh, the humility.
I was like, I'm gonna have to rebrand my whole channel now. Like, you're gonna make it. I'm gonna have to add something.
Why do you think Ninja left?
That's why.
As Brad started.
Coincidence.
Game over, boys.
Gaming or not.
Zot, can you shout out Peachy for me, please?
Can I? I don't.
That's what I did last week. Savaged.
Peachy Pixel 8. He's a good guy. Good. He does good stuff. The good. He's actually great with music. Really fun to hang out with. Just shooting the shit. And if you like. Oh God, what is it called? Elite Dangerous. A whole bunch of other games that are
sex.
He has live sex on his channel.
You really need to go ahead and subscribe to Peachy Pixel 8. He will teach you a thing or two about yourself. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh my God, yeah, he will.
Personal experience.
Tuesday.
There it is.
Also has a new show coming up. Can you tell us all about it, Brad?
Tuesday's show?
Yeah.
Yes. Tuesday will be starting streaming again next week. Thursday leading into this. Her new show is called Tuesday Grey. Rides around on the giant dog that she owns like a horse. And it is hysterical. And she's just going to do that for 1 hour. And the longer she stays on the dog, the more subathon type deal. And then she has to ride for longer for like another 5 minutes or whatever. And yeah, she's going to make bank. It's going to be great.
Damn.
And that's next Thursday at
next Thursday.
4 Eastern. Is that when this is on? I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, 4 Eastern.
Yeah, 4 Eastern.
4 Eastern Guatemalan time.
Tuesday Grey. Twitch.tv/Tuesday Grey. Yeah, but Tuesday did promise she will actually start streaming next week again, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy. She has Clifford for a dog, yeah. Zot, my friend. I will shout you out. You beautiful individual. Zotbot is amazing. He used to be a Warframe partner, but now he's a Grand Theft Auto partner because that's all he plays. But he's very, very good at role playing. So please go yell at him in his chat and ask him questions about Kesh and learn all the spoilers because he's going to die next week before you can figure out any of them in campaign. Thanks for watching, everyone. Before we go, seriously, real quick, before we go, check out our Patreon on Table Story, please. Thank you all so much for watching. I posted some things of my own over there, over on our Patreon, little hidden things. So if you would like to, go and check them out. We've also got a DM podcast where we help people. And tomorrow, we have a new show, second run of Simulacrum, the second episode, which is a Numenera system where myself, PB, and just literally nobody else, we've all entered into a crazy system, and you should come to see it. It's really awesome. Some shit went down, all right? And then Saturday we have Magical Kitties, Save the World. Yeah.
The finale.
Yeah. The finale. Okay, I was like, am I a week late? Am I wrong on that?
No,
the finale.
It's the finale of a 3-part special. Magical Kitties.
A one-shot.
It's just 3 one-shots stitched together.
It is 3 one-shots.
One-shots.
Perfectly stuck together with time travel and space. Guaranteed.
I forgot about the time travel.
Oh, yes. You've got to get back from 3777.
Make sure to was that 4 or 5?
Only you know the answer.
Only I know.
He will only tell you at twitch.tv/Brotatoe. So find out on his stream tomorrow. Jay's streaming for 24 hours tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for that.
Yep.
And if he doesn't do
it's 4.
We're gonna all like report his channel for something like, I don't know, not being
throw in my cat.
Yep. And we'll just make some we'll hire a VFX artist to make some weird fake doctored thing. All right. Bye everyone. See you next week.
Thanks for watching, everyone.